What the crap is going on, YouTube? Sorry I've been gone all week, but Heir of Carthage is back. It has been an insane week. I'm just extremely busy at work, all kinds of projects, and then in my free time, I've obviously been spending that with, well, not to say that I don't love you all, but there are people that I have to spend more time with. So I just haven't had the free time this last week, and I figured I should get back to my my campaign here. So I'm trying to see what we got. Looks like, I've become the vanguard. I think we just have to capture a few more provinces. And I also do believe that we got some pushback from the Sato. Yeah, that's right. They came and captured Setsu, and I was taunting them as if I didn't care. But I kind of do care a little bit because I don't want to lose Setsu. So I'm just trying to think what other stuff I got going on. I took Iwami up here, it looks like. So, looks like I'm going to be repairing that. I've got a crap load of money, so I should be good as far as money-wise. I need to get this army down into a good position to fight. And it looks like I'm at peace with the surrounding clans here. And I've got this stuff set up to repair. So really what I need to do is I need to get my troops down to this train station so that I can move them up here to the front to take on the invading Sato army. Now it looks like one of my allies basically is up here in between me and the Sato, but if I can hurry and get to the train station, I might be able to save this province here, but I doubt it because the Sato are moving quick. So let's get set up and make these moves. So I'm going to move down here to the railway station. It's going to take me a few turns to get down there. This settlement up here, I'm not sure how happy it's going to stay in my absence, so I might just recruit like a couple of levy infantry to hold it in the meantime because I don't want it to rebel. It's got a gold mine in it, so it's going to be worth a lot of money to me. I'm not really pulling in that much every turn. I think I've just been saving it from where I had higher returns. So let's go ahead and end a turn. There are a lot of armies surrounding my forces that just took Edo. So there's very real possibility I can end up in some very large land battles. My navy is quite stricken due to the fact that it was under fire from the different ports that it was within range of. So it was getting hit by fire from ports. It looks like there's a lot of little nuisance navies, and some of you have been getting onto me saying, "Air, you got to take out those navies." Well, if you look at my income, I don't have the income to be cranking out little navies everywhere to guard against that. So I would love to get all those little nuisance navies off me, but right now it's logistically impossible. So I'm going to have to wait until I get my income back up. Otherwise, I'm just going to start driving myself into bankruptcy. Now, my allies, you can see, are doing a little bit of attacking here and there. So hopefully they'll do some cleaning up. But I've got so much money into my expensive forces and these attacks here that I can't afford to just send out like a ton of little navies to get rid of all these one little nuisance ships. This is the kind of stuff that I don't like that the AI does, and when you put them on harder, they just do it more and more. So that's another reason why I don't like playing on some of the harder difficulties, is because the AI, it's not so much that they get a lot better, they just start making like even more annoying moves whenever you get them into that phase. So I'm not a big fan of it. So have I done this campaign perfect? No. Have I ever claimed to do the campaign perfect? No. So I don't really care if they're raiding my ports, because to be honest, they're getting torn apart from the inside, and eventually they'll start to fall. So it's not a big concern of mine right now, though it will be eventually. I'm going to have to pay a lot to repair that fleet, but I need it repaired. It's my main fleet. I have this army here that's ready to go. I might as well clobber the Josei here. If this is their last province, I could just turn them into a vassal or something, which it does look like it's their last province. So this would be a good move for me here. I'm not seeing another Josei province. So I'm going to move forward, knock out the Josei, turn them into a vassal. And the reason I'm going to do that is just because it'll help, them be able to fight for me in this area against all the other little nuisance armies, and they may make some navies as well. So that's one of the reasons why I want to be doing that right now. So let's go ahead and do that. I want my foreign veteran to come with me. So I'm not going to move this army all the way until I get my foreign veteran in there, because he is giving them boosts to their reload and all kinds of stuff. And this is my daimyo who's in this army, for those of you who may have forgot. So we're going to take this army on. Looks like they got a lot of line infantry, some Kisho ninja, parrot gun, a bunch of shogutai, and some general's bodyguards. But you can see over here my army is pretty well prepared to meet them. Alright, here we are at the deployment screen. It looks like the enemy troops, of course, are going to deploy over there behind that little building. This is the similar map that I played on not too long ago, just because the last video I think I fought a big fight right here. I'm going to put my U.S. Marines in the middle, just because they afford the best defense in case they get charged by Shogutai. The AI will sometimes charge down the center. So I'm going to put them there. The rest of my line infantry will probably be able to defend themselves because I'll support them with Katanakachi. So I'll put a Katanakachi troop nearby each one of my line units, and then I'll put my spears clear out to the flank in case any enemy cav gets around me, because I'm just using bow cav. I'm not using any melee cav, so I need to be prepared for just such an instance. I'm going to go ahead and unlimber my artillery here. I attacked them, so I may have to move forward into them. In fact, actually, it'd probably be best if I go ahead and push my artillery forward, and then I can draw the AI into attacking me. So that is what I shall do. So I'll get my artillery all the way forward, and then I'll move up my marines in a minute. I do want my generals kind of strategically positioned. I usually like to put them in loose formation. Their bodyguard is quite small, and it doesn't take much for them to get shot up real quick. And I'll use my bow cav. So my idea here is I'm going to draw the computer into my defensive formation. Yes, this is pretty weak of me, but it's going to afford me the least number of losses, which is pretty critical in the campaign, because you don't want to take a bunch of unnecessary losses and have to waste a lot of time retraining. So let's start the battle and see if anything's...
Hey, sir, we attack.
Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be attacking, but it looks like the AI is charging me. I'll move up my bow cav and everything. We'll try and get them in a position to help me fight this. I don't know if I can move my marines in front of those guys or not, just because I'm actually going to take these guys off Neil fire so I can push them forward just a little bit at the last second. Okay, I'm moving the marines. And the reason I'm putting them in 2 ranks is because the Neil fire does up to 2 ranks. Oh crap, I forgot about their artillery. It's firing at my bow key. Okay, let's see if my artillery's doing alright. It should be. My artillery is going to be pretty accurate. We're going to put it onto some shrapnel shot and hit this General's Hatamoto. It looks like the Josei are using traditional generals. That's why they have the larger Hatamoto unit that does not have firearms. So my shrapnel shot ought to help make short work. Shrapnel shot is more effective versus cavalry unless you just get a really good angle on infantry. But on the front-on angle, shrapnel shot isn't always effective. Okay, my marines are getting hit by enemy parrot guns. That is pretty bad. I was going to target my parrot guns on the enemy marines, but I'm actually going to cease to do that, and I'll take my bow key to take care of them. I don't think the enemy parrot guns are going to be super effective. Alright, so the artillery barrage is ongoing. Because I think the enemy parrot guns are out of range. These General's Hatamotos over here, though, are more than enough to fight off my bow key. But if I take my bow key wide, I might be able to make it around to that artillery, or at least draw its fire. Looks like my other marine unit just took some pretty serious hits as well. My marines are getting hammered by that parrot gun. Smart move by the AI, though. It's good to see the AI making an intelligent move there. They should be targeting my most expensive unit. In retaliation, I'm going to target some of their Shogutai right here. It looks like the AI is going to leave their guns wide open to my bow key, though. So I'm just going to move on in and wipe these guys out. I'm going to take this unit off fire at will, too, so that I'm not shooting my own bow key.
Their general has fallen.
Alright, I've hit one of their generals. Looks like I tore up that one unit of Shogutai. Let's target another. So I'm going to target their expensive critical units on the way in. The AI did allow me to silence their artillery, so it's going to be gone. Even though Boki is not a melee cav, it's more than a match for artillerymen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set up all my line infantry into Neil fire, so that they can maximize the amount of shots they put out. I do have one of the enemy general units following me out here. So what I'm going to do is draw it back towards my lines. My Boki would actually get pretty thrashed taking them on. Let's target their main general here and see if we can take him down. I'm not sure if he's the one that died or not. But I've softened up a lot of their melee infantry, which should leave me in a pretty good position here. Forgot I had a timer set. Okay, yeah, that's chasing their general off to the side. My Boki are going to make it to safety. I'm going to get ready to rally and inspire my troops here as well. Okay, let's go ahead. Alright, I'm inspiring my Marines to try and get the most effectiveness out of them. The Kisho Ninja are probably coming out right there. And this is the part where hopefully the amount of fire that I put out in the initial rounds here is so devastating that it just destroys the enemy army. And it looks like there are some routes happening across the front, expectedly. I'm going to target these Matchlock Kachi now. It's probably one of the bigger units out here, even though they're not the most dangerous unit, to be certain. Yeah, so that's what I wanted. I wanted the AI to come at me right from the front. And it's going to work out just right. I'm going to take out this General's Hatamoto with my Boki. Feeling pretty confident just because of the numbers there. My troops are going to be reloading so fast in the center that I really doubt the AI is going to pull off a melee charge. And there we go. Yep. So the AI is just going to get pummeled. I took some pretty serious losses to my U.S. Marines. When I say serious, about a third of their men, which is more than I would have hoped to. But the AI did use their artillery a little smarter than usual over there, so I have to say I'm proud of them for that. But in the end, the Josai just got absolutely slaughtered. You can see their troops being wiped out and chased out. Okay, there's the battle results. Not too bad for me.
Forgive me, but I cannot.
So it looks like my army is stuck for the remainder of this turn. They can't move any further. So I'm going to have to wait to take out the Josai. In the meantime, it's going to leave this town over here vulnerable to this Edo army.
At your command.
My ships are busy retraining, or else I'd be glad to move them. So I may lose Musashi temporarily. But I don't know if these guys don't have... No, they don't have a very good army. I can probably actually defend Musashi with the defenders that I have there. So I'll be feeling pretty confident about that. Let's see, there's a citadel, financial district. I should probably build a police station. That'll help maintain order. Back over on the other side, let's make sure my troops are continuing to move towards the railway station so that I can go reinforce Honshu, or this lower part of Honshu over here. It looks like they're still on their way. I don't know that I have any other navies over here. Well, yeah, I do have a little one. It's not much, but I could take it and see if I can start cleaning up some of these trade lanes. This Sato Navy here is much larger. I don't know if I can finish them off or not, but there are some other boats around, so it's possible I might be able to do something about it. I don't really want to... I mean, I know I can train more troops. I don't really want to do it right now, though, just because I'm running so low on money. Let's see, what do I got here? I got a Kasuga-class Corvette, a Kite, and 2 Kitons. So it's not much, but I might be able to pull off something with it. And there's some allied ports around that could provide some cover fire for me, too. So I'll go ahead and move up and see if I can start cleaning off some of these trade lanes. Obviously, in other places, like I've got this Sendai fleet there, and I think one of my trade lanes over here is just completely covered with... Yeah, this is the one that's just covered with little one-ship raiding fleets pretty much all the way back to Musashi. And I can also start raiding their trade routes as well in order to try and earn some of that money back, which I probably will. It's too bad that my allies aren't doing a great job of helping me. Some campaigns I've played on this, the allies have done an excellent job of helping me. And others, they don't do so well. It just really depends. Looks like I've got some fleets up there bothering my city around Iwami as well. This is the Nagaoka. This is the Shogunate Vanguard. Looks like the remainder of the Josai troops have taken up hiding in their capital. That's to be expected. That's where they'll have the best chance at defense. And so far Musashi has gone unattacked. We'll see what happens. But let's definitely start seeing if we can drive out some of these little people raiding my trade route. They're all slowly moving down towards me. So hopefully in the end they'll keep moving towards me, and that'll make it easier for me to clean them up. Here comes more of the Edo. They're going to attack. I'm pretty sure I can beat back this attack, so we're going to give it a try. Like, I think on open ground, their guys would be better, but since I have the castle, I'm pretty sure I can make this happen. So check it out, the AI is fielding a samurai hero unit here. I'm not trying to be mean, because I love this game. Well, I like the one player better than multiplayer, but I do love this game. But CA really blew it on this samurai hero unit. Number one, it's only 30 strong. And if you look at it, it's got high morale, but everything else it has is pretty mediocre. And like, sure, it has some good reload stats, but there's only 30 of them, so they're never going to do any damage before they get absolutely wiped out. Their melee stats are poor, so it's kind of like, how is this a samurai hero? They're not even any good at fighting. So in any case, I've got my levy infantry up here on the wall, and although the bow key and stuff outrange me, I'm not really concerned about the bow key. I just want to keep shooting up these what you call them, Kisho Ninja. So the Kisho Ninja are my main concern. I'm otherwise unconcerned with the AI's troops, as it would take them far too long to cause the kind of damage that they need to. Now, if the AI really used their bow troops to their full effectiveness, they could probably beat me here. But then again, maybe not. I mean, I have this castle that's going to give my men unbreakable morale as long as I'm in the keep. And I am going to stay in the keep just for that very reason. I don't want to get my men outside and have them start wavering for whatever reason. So I'm going to put all my men on defensive formation, which just helps them stay in formation and fire, even if they're defending. These Kisho Ninja are getting shot to death. There's Kisho Ninja coming in from this direction. I'm not so concerned about them. These Boki over here have moved too close. AI is not so good about protecting them. So it does look like this is going to turn out to be a relatively easy defense. I've also got a naval strike, so I'm going to use that to hit this enemy cav out here. And my navy has been repaired feasibly, so this might be a pretty, yeah, 48 shells and 18-second duration, so this is going to be a pretty devastating naval barrage here. Those cav will start running away, but hopefully a few of my shots will land. If anything, it'll just break them up and make something happen over here where the AI is just sitting on its duff getting shot. That Boki caused 25 casualties to my men. Not too substantial. Here comes the naval strike, because these guys are running, like I said. This should be a pretty huge naval barrage. Now, the amount of damage it causes is just going to really depend. But yeah, my fleet that's dropping this barrage is substantial, to say the least. You can see that it pretty heavily covered a wide swath here, so had any army been in that vicinity, it would have gotten absolutely wiped out. And it did hit some of these cav units and then force this Kisho Ninja forward, which is good, because now my levy troops can start to shoot them. These other Kisho Ninja here are going to get splattered. Kisho Ninja are a good unit. It's just that this is another thing that, I mean, I may be missing something, but CA just really didn't balance these guys right in Fall of the Samurai. They cost more, but their stats are not as good as the old Kisho Ninja. So I've never figured out the balancing with the Kisho Ninja on this game. It just doesn't make sense to me. So they're just not as good as the ones in the original, but they cost twice as much. So there's a few balancing issues with this game that CA should have addressed, but never has come back and addressed. And to be honest, that's pretty frustrating. This was a giant standalone expansion of high cost for an expansion, and they really should have corrected that. Now, I'm not going to get like too onto them because the campaign is still very fun, but I mean that is like a pretty easy win to fix things like that for the fans, and I kind of find that stuff to be a pretty big nuisance. I'm gonna start repositioning my levies. We've got looks like my next naval volley is ready to go too, but whether or not I use it is going to be a different story. These Kisho Ninja have gotten up here, and they're going to get into combat with me, but they're so few in number that I should be able to drive them out, even in melee, and then I'm going to focus my next rifle troops on these Samurai Hero and Yariki that are scaling the wall, and I'm going to keep an eye out for this this little cav unit over here too, which is a regroup Boki. These Kisho Ninja are about to rout. They're going to get surrounded. Definitely superior melee stats on the Kisho Ninja, but again, they're not going to last. Yeah, you can see these Yariki getting shot up down here now. They're already shattered. The Samurai Hero is going to have a lot higher morale, so they'll keep coming forward. And then this general unit, probably make it a little ways up the wall. I don't expect too far up. There goes the samurai hero, even with 20 morale. And there goes the general too. I imagine that's all the enemy troops. They're going to go ahead and rat out. So I kind of figured I'd be able to defend this as long as the Edo didn't come at me with a huge army, and that indeed became the case. So we're going to end the battle. So my garrison troops were... Okay, there is the statistics from that fight. You can see that I did have a naval support. We drove the Edo out. I don't know why both their armies didn't attack at the same time. If they had, it would have been a lot more successful. And here I'm going to get attacked by this Sendai fleet, and I don't believe I was quite... Yeah, I am within range of my my shore facilities. So let's see what I'm up against. Ooh, they got a frigate, 2 Kasuga, and a gunboat, and a chitin. But I do believe that I'm within range. Like it says, I'm within support range of my shore facilities. So I'm going to hope that that's the case and see if I can draw these guys back into my shore facilities. Someone said that you can see the map before you fight. I'm not really sure how that works. Western Seto Inland Sea, so I'm assuming that I can see what it's going to look like. So let's go ahead and fight this battle, and I need to win it because I need to get these enemy navies behind my lines destroyed. Well, you can see the AI was kind enough to deploy on fog, which is pretty typical. The computer will always deploy on horrendous conditions. I'm going to go ahead and reload with armor-piercing shells because they have the longest range, and they also sometimes will catch fire to enemy ships. So I'll reload with the armor-piercing and see if I can get like a volley to set the enemy ships on fire. They're moving forward in line astern formation. So I'm hoping that works to my advantage, so that I can hit this copper-plated frigate hardest and take it out. The enemy Kasuga class ships are there, but you can see this one only has 1 of 16 guns available, and this other one over here only has 13 of 16. This chitin has all of its guns, and then the gunboat has 1 of 3 available. So, and I'm trying to see, the frigate has 23 of 26, so the frigate is definitely the main threat to my navy. So I'm going to want to hit it hard and hit it quick. I apologize for the horrible fog here. Like I said, that's the AI's choice of deployment. They always deploy in poor weather conditions. So I'm going to use the AI's own defensive strategy against it. I'm going to make them run right into my broadside. Of course, they probably won't be smart enough to go out and around me. And I know that I can control my own broadsides, and all of you are always getting on to me to do so. To be honest, I can't bloody see. And I haven't played this game in so long that I'm not sure it's going to do me any good to try and control my own. It looks like my ships are opening fire. And immediately we've caught fire to the enemy frigate, which is exactly what I wanted. So the armor-piercing shells are good for that. They retain the long range, but they can still set fire to enemy ships. They're also good against enemy... this boat surrendered. Good. We surrendered the frigate right away. So these... I'm going to move this chitin into position right there. I'm going to leave these 2 here to continue unleashing broadsides. I'll kind of turn them. And I'm going to move that chitin a little so that we can have a good shot. But you can see that we did absolutely thrash the enemy frigate. And we're now taking shots at this Kasuga class, which its guns are destroyed basically. It's already on fire as well. So it would probably surrender relatively quick, I'm guessing. Is it true this thing only has 15 men for a crew? Wow, that's pretty amazing that 15 men can sail a ship that size. I'm impressed. It looks like it has surrendered now as well. So, much to my delight here, it looks like the enemy navy is taking a pretty solid flogging. And I hate this. I can't even see where I'm deploying to. So, I know the AI chooses this. Maybe it chooses it because it knows that it doesn't affect it, because the computer obviously can see through fog, but I cannot. So maybe that's why they choose it. My stray shots just knocked the masting off of this ship here that's in the way. I'm actually shooting at this Kasuga class, which is a better target than this little gunboat's making a run for my guys too. The naval battles are pretty cool looking on this game, and they're kind of fun. The problem is that in online naval battles, people just spam the Kosetsu class things and just snipe you, or snipe you with other... they snipe you with other ironclads, and it just gets really boring, to be honest. It's just like a fight to see who can get like the luckiest long-range shots, and then whoever gets the luckiest shots ends up winning, so it's kind of lame, to be honest. The naval battles could be very fun on this, I think, if you set certain rules to to make the fleets more interesting. Looks like this ship is routed here too. Not that I'm using any kind of interesting tactics here. Obviously I'm using the cheapest tactics available to me in order to preserve my fleet. If I were playing online, I wouldn't use such retarded tactics here. One of my ships is on fire? Seriously? My Chiton's on fire. I've got it repairing, so hopefully I won't lose her. There's only one Chiton class left. Hopefully my ships will make short work of it. The other ships in this vicinity are burning. And I'm imagining this Chiton only has 3 guns, so it's pretty impressive that it managed to set me on fire. Trying to see where my ship is at that's on... That's my general. This is the one that's on fire. Okay, the fire's pretty small, so hopefully we can put the fire out. Yep, they've got the fire out. Good. I mean, oh well, I use cheap tactics on the AI, so I guess I deserve to have one of my ships set on fire. I'm not going to complain about that. It would be pretty fitting justice if my ships just randomly burn. I haven't been using my special ability to reload quicker either. I'll do that. Just go ahead and try and finish off this enemy Chiton class ship. Most of its guns are destroyed, so it's honestly not going to be too big a challenge. I could probably switch to explosive shells too. The explosive shells, the effects look so cool. I love it. I really do like what CA has done with that. It's pretty sweet. Okay, got that fight won, thank goodness. Alright, it says that we've captured a unit. I'm just going to disband it because it's just a gunboat. It's not of any value to me. If I would have captured like one of the Kasuga class ships or something, then I would have been glad to take advantage of that. It looks like my my income has gone up just slightly. Not that it's any good. Where was that mounting under S, by the way? Let's zoom in on it. Okay, Musashi. That's to be expected. I do need to recruit like a levy infantry or 2 here. My army is now in a position to finish off the Josei, so we should do so. The Josei are defending with some pretty ragtag troops here. Let's actually maintain the siege, and then let's make sure that this fleet is within bombardment range, because if this fleet is within bombardment range, that'd be the most helpful to me. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and bombard this Edo army. So I'll cause a little bit of damage to them. Not overly concerned about those Edo troops. Oh darn, I didn't realize that made my guys have to quit moving. I forgot. Crap. Now I can't use them. I'll just continue the siege in the Josei. If the AI comes out to attack me, then I'll destroy them, and I'll move my ships down to perform a naval bombardment another time. So it looks like I'm safe for now. And eventually I need to sail that navy off and just start picking off these guys down here. I should probably do that, actually. It'd be the most effective as far as getting my income back up. Let's see, these troops are almost to the railway station. It takes forever, but once you get them on the railway station, you can cover a lot of ground fast. That's going to be the advantage of the railway station.
Your orders, my lord.
So I've got this trading port back here that hopefully help defend against these ships that are bombarding me in the back lines. I'm trying to see, do I have damaged buildings back here? I do not. I don't want to leave a bunch of buildings damaged because that affects my income as well.
It is an honor to serve the Emperor.
Looks like I am at war with these Sendai ships that are here also. I should probably destroy them. I've taken a little bit of damage to my ships, not much, but I do believe that I'm going to go ahead and repair them, just because I really can't risk losing these guys. So let's go ahead and repair, and I'll need to end one more turn. In order to win this, all I really need to do is just capture some more provinces. Like I said, though, unfortunately my my allies are doing very little to help me. You're going to play some campaigns on this game where the allies do a lot to help you, and then you're going to play some campaigns on this game where the allies do very little to help you. It kind of just depends on positioning and how things work out. So CA has done a good job of trying to program this game to where your allies will fight for you, but it doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately. So it just kind of depends on the circumstances. So they've definitely, like I said, made attempts to make it work, and sometimes it does, but sometimes it does not. Hey, so has anybody else been watching some of the Euro 2012? I am not, actually, and I'm going to go ahead and clarify some things up front. Number one, yes, I call, well, what you Europeans call football, I do call soccer. I know that probably makes you mad. So for the sake of this conversation, I was just going to let all my American fans know that when I say football in this conversation, I am talking about what we call soccer, just to make things simpler for the for my European fans, and also to make it to where they don't want to kill me, because I know that probably makes them mad. So anyway, I've been watching Euro 2012, and I'm not a big fan of football necessarily, just because obviously there's not as much of it here in the U.S., but I did play football as a kid, and I enjoyed it. So it was something that I always enjoyed doing, and I have been impressed. So I've watched quite a few matches, and there's some teams obviously I've been less than impressed with, and some teams that I thought were very impressive. So it just kind of depends on who I was watching. But I have to say, I watched the Spain versus France match last night. And France was looking, and I'm not saying this to be mean to anybody who's watching the video from France, but you have to admit France was looking pretty bad. And I'm not sure what the reasoning was, but it really looked like the Spaniards just played with a whole lot more heart in that game. It was an interesting match. I enjoyed watching it. And so for someone who doesn't watch much football, I have to say that I'm becoming more interested in it. I seem to enjoy it. I'm just going to auto-resolve this for the sake of time. I don't feel like showing you that because it's just going to be my parrot guns absolutely eating those guys alive. Oh, whoops, I meant to turn them into a vassal. Oh well, it's not really going to matter. So, I'm actually going to leave this place with a lot of the buildings, these traditional buildings, because it'll probably help take down some of the modernization, which also makes people unhappy. I'm going to move these troops back to towards Musashi, though, so that they can reinforce and also start to retrain. That is going to leave this province quite unhappy. But I'm not really worried about it for now. That gets the Josei out of the picture for the time being, which is helpful. Anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying the Euro 2012. I'm actually, right now, I'm not sure who's going to win it, and obviously I know nothing about football, so my opinion probably means very little here. But from what I've seen, which is not all of it, but from what I've seen, I think that Spain garners a very good chance. However, historically speaking, it seems like I heard them saying that it's not likely for a country to win the thing twice in a row. Like, I want to say they said it's never happened. So if that's the case, to be honest, then I'm not really sure how to leave my prediction there. But I do believe that Spain is looking very good. But that's one of the things that's been interesting to me about watching these international football matches, is that the teams seem to be very well matched against each other, and it seems like at any given point the one team could defeat another. As far as the selected army may not travel to this destination, railway connection in this province. What? I have to own this one in between? Ooh, that is a nuisance. That is really a nuisance. They're pretty much my ally, though, I thought. Maybe they're not. I'll take a look at them anyway. I'm going to go ahead and move my troops to the farthest province that I can for now. Okayama, let's check them out in the diplomacy screen and see if we can get them on our side, if they're not already. They're an imperial clan, so I'm not sure why they won't allow me to pass through. It doesn't show that they're allied with me, though, so perhaps I can request an alliance.
My friend.
And perhaps I can continue to move my troops on the rail now. Let's see if, because I'm allied, that will allow that. I'm not really sure. I haven't messed with the train a lot. Now that is retarded. Honestly, I can't take a train through an allied territory. Alright, so yeah, there's some more stuff that you need to start patching. There's a whole bunch of stuff on this that CA could really stand to patch. So I'm going to move through. I'm just going to request military access, and I'll give them military access.
Indeed, my
I just need 5 turns access. I'll offer them 10.
In the hope of mutual profit.
Okay. Well, maybe I can take the train through now that I have military access. Maybe that was the issue. We'll try that, and then I'll try walking through the province. I could be messed up there. Let's see. I think that I'm pretty much set. I'm thinking about taking this navy out here on the next turn, and I'll start wiping out these little nuisance navies and start raiding some of their trade, so that it'll hopefully turn around the income situation. I don't have much time left to record for this morning, though, so I'm going to have to go here in a moment. But I'll try and go ahead and record just a little bit more action. I do want to finish this campaign off, so I'll probably finish it off here in the next day or so. And try and finish off my 20th celebration video. Oh great, there goes my income all the way down to the negative. Because all those stupid raiders on my trade ports. It would be nice if my allies were sending their navies out, because I know the Satsuma have a lot. But they are certainly not doing much, if anything, to help me. It's a good thing I saved up a lot of money too, anticipating a lot of crap like this. Okay, my allies did push them off in a few spots, but it's still going to leave me with negative income. Got a lot of troops moving around. Got rebels up there in Musashi as well. Raid, trade routes routed. Okay, so we can start pushing these troops back. I've got this navy repaired, so let's go hit this this navy, the Shogunate Vanguard. It's just oh, so the Sendai are right next door, basically. This should be an easy auto-resolve. And I'm gonna absorb these enemy ships as I fight to try and make this navy larger. It is gonna like kind of take some of my money away, but it'll kind of give me a better navy back here. Let's go ahead and repair that navy. I imagine that my income's gonna steady off here in a moment when I retake some of the settlements that I need to. Yes, I can finally move through. Alright, so apparently you have to have military access. I guess that makes sense. I'll quit whining at CA. And the Sado were just about to take Harima, so this is unfortunate for them that I was able to get my reinforcing troops through just in the nick of time. So that is going to turn out well for me. So I can now start to push back against the Shogunate affiliated troops in this area, so I can go retake Setsu and Kawachi. And I'm not sure if my forces are in control of Kyoto or not. Nope, it looks like the Vanguard is in control of Kyoto, if I'm looking at the right province. I believe I am. I do believe that I'm going to have to take back Kyoto. So, we will find out. Up here in this province, my troops should be retraining quickly. They are retraining. There's a lot of enemy troops here, so I'm going to bombard the largest enemy army. And it looks like that I caused a pretty substantial amount of damage there. Killed, 100 and some odd men out of that army. And we'll just continue to bombard them. They are sieging, but I've got 4 turns to surrender. So I'm feeling pretty confident about just remaining here and bombarding for the time being. Let's go ahead and end turn. We'll take one more turn on this last one. Should be interesting to see what happens. We should have a couple of good battles here, and like I said, I'll call it quits. But anyway, I was talking about the Euro 2012 earlier. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it to see who wins. So I guess we're into the quarterfinals and getting close to the semifinals. So if I remember right, it's Spain and Portugal are going to have an all-Iberian semifinal, so that'll be interesting. And then also, if I remember right, I wanted to say that England is going up against, oh crud, who is it that England was going to play? Shoot, I can't remember. Well, I'm sure that all my my fans from that area know who they're going to play because they're probably keeping a lot closer track of it than I am. So, but yeah, I know that England is going to play the next one, I think, and I just cannot remember who their quarterfinal is against for some reason. But yeah, it should be interesting. I want to say Germany is into the semifinal too. It looks like they beat Greece 4-2, if I saw it right. Now, why are my troops not able to reinforce this, even though they're standing right there? I find that to be a little bit cheap, kind of really cheap. But I know that there's no way in Hades I can fight off these troops. I'm going to totally get destroyed. So I'm going to auto-resolve that. That was pretty retarded. So I guess that was the AI's way of saying haha, even though I got here in time to defend. So their army is, definitely good. They've got these parrot guns, so I'm going to have to quickly rush and take out the parrot guns. They've got more line infantry than me. However, I have more traditional troops, and I've got a cavalry advantage that I'm feeling pretty good about. So let's get this kicked off. Okay, I'm going to leave the bulk of my troops in the woods to help defend against shots from the enemy parrot guns. It'll do a pretty effective job of nullifying some of their fire. It will not get all of it, but considering the amount of damage that those guns could do to me, it should help significantly reduce the amount of pain that I'm going to suffer at the hands of those parrot guns. And essentially what I'm going to do is wait for the enemy army to move forward far enough that I can basically pull out my Yari key, or at least one of them, and make a run for the parrot guns, while my other one maybe puts some pain down onto the flank. My Yari key are hidden right here at the moment. There is a lot of fire coming down on my men right now, but the woods are helping to protect me, so I'm feeling pretty confident about my position. Otherwise, I would be in very bad shape to take that many hits from the parrot guns. So fortunately, the map worked in my favor. So at this point, the enemy parrot guns are exposed, and I'm going to take full advantage of that exposure. And an enemy general here is about to put himself in a bad position. So I'm going to take down the enemy general. The enemy parrot guns are as good as dead now. I'm going to start running my katana kachi out around the flanks. I need to Genbatai and rally on all my guys. Looks like I'm about to be able to inspire as well. So I'll inspire my troops in the center.
I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
Okay, I killed one of the enemy generals here with my Yari key, so I'm going to slam into their flank. My other Yari key is just now engaging these parrot guns back here. Okay, here comes my Yari key. Those katana kachi are going to follow up my Yari key attack. Feeling pretty good at this point. I've got Yari key into the rear, and I've got katana kachi all over them from the flank over here as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull this other Yari key out now. They're not so good after the charge.
You have killed their general, sir.
Okay, good. That parrot gun. I can't kill the parrot gun while it's limbered. That's amazing. Nice glitches. Let's bring in my katana kachi from the other side. I'm assuming that as soon as that parrot gun unlimbers, my guys are going to start killing it. I hope they're not able to... Yeah, it looks like they are able to kill my guys, yet I am unable to kill theirs. That's a pretty bad situation. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just call off my Yari key attack until these guns unlimber. That's pretty retarded. So I'm going to have to wait until those guns unlimber before I can attack, otherwise they'll just sit there and kill my horses.
Good news, sir. The enemy general is dead.
I don't know if that holds true in multiplayer, though. I haven't figured that out yet. They have nerfed a little bit of the friendly fire, so you don't have to be as scared about moving your melee troops out, but I mean, it's still possible that they can take a thrashing moving into all that fire. But I do believe your troops won't shoot your own men on the back on purpose anymore. So I am going to wrap up the rest of their guys. Their stupid artillery units will not unlimber, so I can't really kill them.
Victory is assured,
And it looks like they're going to rout while limbered. I'm going to see if I can kill these artillery units, so I might continue the battle for just a moment. I don't know if I'll be able to kill them or not now that they're surrendered. Apparently not. Wow, that is a great way to protect your artillery units. Tell you what. And I do believe they are continuing to kill my Yari Cav. They are. That's amazing. So even though the battle's over, apparently their artillery units are invincible. So in any case, at least they didn't keep shooting me a lot. I'll quit the battle. Much to my joy here, we've captured a parrot gun, so that's sweet. We're gonna take that. Looks like those rebels are just attacking everything they can. There's about to be a big old fight over in Musashi. Now the AI wants me to attack, and I very well may go ahead and do that. Looks like I'm yeah, the Odwara are bringing up a bunch of troops also. I mean, there is about to be a battle royale up here around Musashi. So I'm going to, wow, I killed 108 of those Shogutai, 58 Shogutai, 53. Whoa, that naval strike was devastating. So I have softened up these armies pretty substantially, and my troops are retrained pretty substantially. Let's go ahead and attack these troops around Musashi so that I can turn to face the Odwara, who are most likely going to capture Sagami on the next turn, and I'll just take it back from them. So let's go ahead and make this fight. I'm well within range of a huge naval support. And it looks like even though I beat the living daylights out of some of these troops, like some of these Shogutai are beat up. Okay, yeah, they just had a lot of them. So the 3 that I beat up are beat up. Well, and I want to say that the Aizu are the ones who can retrain while they're not in their own province, so that actually makes sense. Anyway, this ought to be an interesting fight. There's a lot of enemy troops here, but they have no artillery support per se. They've got this wooden cannon, and I've also got a gigantic naval barrage that's going to welcome them to the neighborhood.
Prepare to attack, sir.
I am prepared to attack, sir. Oh, wow, look at the amount of cav out there. That is a juicy target indeed. I'm going to turn on the shrapnel shot and hammer some of this cav. I want to take them down while I have an opportunity. And then as soon as my cannons fire, I'm going to move my troops forward. There we go. I don't really want to run my Bokachi out there because I'm not going to have the time to micro them into good positions. Put these guys on guard position before I forget. Okay, we pretty substantially reduced the amounts of saber cav over there. I'm going to want to hit some of these Shogutai too. I don't want the Shogutai causing too much damage to my troops. The saber cav and Yariki definitely worries me, but not as much as the Shogutai. Just because with that many Shogutai, I'm not confident in my ability to completely annihilate
Your
them.
men have killed their general, sir.
Did you see that stray shot hit their general right there? That was brilliant. There goes some Black Tortoise force. Getting hammered. Shogutai are taking a pretty good hit. The enemy wooden cannons back there, it's not within range, I don't think. My naval strike is going to be ready in 50 seconds, so hopefully that's before... Well, even if the engagement's begun, it would actually be pretty effective. I just want to hit as many of these Shogutai with the naval bombardment as possible. And because the naval bombardment, I may use the area effect, because I'm looking to... I want to cover as much of the... Whoa! I forgot I had these guys on my flank. Crap!
The enemy has hidden units, sir.
They got some Yarikachi and stuff coming from over here. I'm gonna run my Yarikachi into combat first. Forgot I had these guys behind me. That was pretty foolish of me to forget about the reinforcements. Okay, I'm feeling pretty confident about my guys' ability to handle this fight, though. I'm gonna change my targets with the artillery. My naval barrage is ready. If I do the area effect, though, it might be too large of a swath. I think it's gonna be too large a swath. I'm gonna focus right there. It's gonna be perilously close to my own men, but that's kind of a risk I'm gonna have to take, I think, at this point. I'm getting hit by some Kisho Ninja back here. I'm gonna inspire my Katana Kachi in that vicinity. My naval strike should be coming down just about any moment here.
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
He probably is. This is a battle, son. Okay, here comes the naval strike. Looks like some of the hits are pretty close to my men, but for the most part it's going to be hitting an enemy territory, which is good. This is going to pretty heavily disrupt the enemy incoming attack. They've got some Yariki coming into me, though. That is definitely going to be a danger. This is going to turn into more of a fight than I had hoped it would be. My men all rallied up. These are saber cav getting me over there, so hopefully my general can shoot them down. Let's bring one of my Boki over here to help reinforce against the saber cav. I think I've got a general retreat going on over here. My melee troops are mopping up these guys in the backfield. These Kisho Ninja are putting up a heck of a fight over there. Okay, good. Yeah, we routed the saber cav on this flank, so this flank is now safe. There's a lot of Shogutai into my my line infantry over here, though. So I'm going to start running my my Katana Kachi back to this vicinity.
You have triumphed over the enemy.
I'm going to take my 2 spear troops into those Shogutai. I'm losing a lot of men. Hopefully I don't completely lose any units altogether. Let's take this Boki out. I'm shooting artillery right into my own guys too. Wasn't too smart. I did shatter a line infantry unit. That's too bad. But I think the way things ended up happening a little more hectic than I expected there. That's good though. I like getting beat up by the AI from time to time. I mean, I thrash them so consistently that it's probably only fitting that every now and then they turn one around. Wow, those Shogutai fought to the bloody death. Holy cow. Only 2 of them left. 1 left and they didn't break. That was amazing. That was pretty incredible. So I do believe I have now finished off all the enemy troops though, and that should be the end of it.
The enemy's ally.
Fortunately, I did not lose this unit of U.S. Marines, thank goodness. My foolish management of my troops there probably deserved to see my kills there. Pretty interesting. But I did end up massively defeating those troops. Some of them are going to escape, unfortunately.
Without delay.
There's some rebel troops in the vicinity. I don't think they're going to pose a serious threat. Well, I've got to go for now. Hope you all enjoyed some of this recording. It looks like it's going to be a little while before we finish off the Tosa campaign, just because I've got a lot of unfinished business. I've got all my trade routes rated out here, so I'm going to have to start moving these naval forces to go start mopping up along this trade route, which is where I'm taking damage, and then I'm moving my other troops as well. Like I think I've got a port blockaded by the Sendai down here that I'm going to have to take them out. So I've got a lot of work to do for my fleets, because there's all kinds of enemy troops behind my lines.
Yes.
But in any case, Eric Carthage signing off for now. I'll see you all again soon.